I'd like to welcome our guests to another episode, a relatively relaxed episode of Candy Between Company. I've got here my assistant Joey on our Getting My Assistant to Do Things series. Say hi, Joey.
Hey, everyone. It's good to be back here on Candy Between Company.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. And I'm feeling, honestly, a little bit low blood sugar. So, I mean, this just couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah, this was a little bit of an impromptu taping of Candy Between Company. I just had a little bit of lunch, and I wanted some candy. But you all know the deal with myself. I don't get candy unless we're here trying it, filming it for you all. So with that, I happen to have had something in my back pocket that I haven't had in years, and I happen to know that Joey has never had. And so this one's not going to be a complete surprise to Joey, although it's still a surprise to you guys at home. But I'm really excited. How are you feeling today?
I'm excited too. And it is a surprise. I know the name, but I don't know really anything about what it's going to taste like.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why I'm particularly excited as well is because I did a little swing and miss on an earlier prototype episode, pulling out some like sour gummies for Joey, which he did try, but he's more of a chocolate guy, right?
More of a chocolate guy. Those were strawberry marshmallows on the prototype, and really they were horrible.
Yeah, poor short-term memory.
Yeah.
Also, in defense of Haribo strawberry marshmallows, they are fabulous. Joey has no taste.
It's up in the air. It's up for debate.
It's up in the air. All right, well, we got our hungry hippo back here. I say the audience is probably pretty excited to know what we're trying. So I believe the working title for the hungry hippo right now is still Frederica or Fred. Do you got any other name suggestions? How are we feeling?
I don't know. Frederica is pretty good because it's like out of the ordinary for an out of the ordinary object.
Yeah.
But on the top of my head, I don't have a better name.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so far we're sticking with Frederica. All right, let's pop this open, and for our guests at home, why don't you tell them what we got here?
We've got Riesens, supposedly a well-known candy that I had not only have I never had it, I had never heard of it until this.
Well, just here, take a look at the packaging. Tell me your first thoughts. Really dive in there. I'm not sure that you've read the back or know really what it is. I mean, it's like a chocolate adjacent.
Yeah, but I have not read the back. On the front, it says Riesen, and then under that it says chewy chocolate caramel covered in rich European chocolate. And I mean, there are very few sentences that are more appealing than that. That's incredible.
Then really read it for the audience.
I have to take a deep breath here. Chewy chocolate caramel covered in rich European chocolate.
Can I say
with
hi?
A beautiful picture that I think we might need to take close to a camera because the picture is very appealing.
Chewy chocolate caramel covered in rich European chocolate.
That was well done.
44% cacao.
What do you think the other 56% is?
Just pure heaven. That's my guess. For double chocolate indulgence that lasts and lasts, all you need is one good reason. Because under its rich European chocolate is a delicious, long-lasting, chewy chocolate caramel. Well, I am excited. Now, this is processed in a facility where hazelnuts, almonds, peanuts, and other nuts are present.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
No issue for me.
No issue? Not nervous?
Yeah, no.
Now, this is also a 3 servings per 120 calories. How does that make you feel?
3 pieces are 1 serving.
3 pieces are 1 serving.
That sounds good, but at the moment, I don't know what it feels like to have 1 piece yet. So, I don't know if that's I want more than 3 pieces or 3 pieces is plenty. I'm not sure yet.
Okay, well, why don't you, since you're the first timer here, why don't you just go ahead and tear that open?
Okay. And while I tear it open, I would like to take note of the fact that there was a really great Riesen wordplay on the back.
Oh, so also one of the things that I mean, the death of linear TV and all the other things, but Reason had a very strong marketing campaign
Uh-huh.
that is, what was it? All you need is one good reason. That wasn't it. It was like it was a play on reason. It was
Right.
like you never need a reason for a reason or
Right.
something. It was I remembered it this morning. Now as I'm trying to remember it, it's escaping me. But they definitely played hard on the reason in the '90s.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna play hard on the reason right here. So just sort of packaging wise, I mean, this is I probably have never they're so delicious that before I had this podcast, I would have just torn them open and never really focused on the packaging. But this is just gorgeous. It's German efficiency. It's minimalist, but it's beautiful. And somehow the lighting, like the yellow of the Reason outlined with what I think is gold, but almost gives a hint of a nice green. It's just beautiful all around. What do you think?
I really like it, and I really like the sensation of the untwist to get into the candy, and you can smell it immediately. There's a chocolate scent coming out of the wrapper.
And it's
it smells
definitely like
fantastic.
a rich, nice dark chocolate, like a cacao. It's a yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. That person will be struck from the record. Well,
Shall we?
yeah.
I'm excited.
It's also nice. Sometimes it's the Germans are good. Like sometimes it's hard to unwind. Sometimes it's a stick. Perfect unwind.
Perfect unwind.
Just a perfect unwind. Like the Porsche of unwinds.
And this is a beautiful, like, looks like it would be a Snickers, but just in a tiny one biter.
Yeah. Go for it.
I didn't see this coming.
It's gonna last and last. But the outer shell chocolate doesn't just dissipate; it lasts with you. It gets in there and it stays, and just a really nice amount. Don't deprive the audience of you talking with your mouth full as they really get a sense of how...
I'm really struggling. I mean, my whole gum is lined with Reason here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it out until I get home and brush my teeth. A particularly big chunk right here. But it tastes fantastic.
You a fan?
I'm a fan of the taste. The chewiness completely caught me off guard.
Yeah, well,
I was expecting to bite right through it.
It says it's caramel and it lasts and lasts.
All right.
Where we read the...
I just didn't know what that meant, I guess.
For double chocolate indulgence that lasts and lasts. Look, Germans don't mince their words.
No, they don't.
Words mean things, and they use them as they are meant to mean.
Right.
Them
Yeah.
things.
No, it lasts and lasts. And even though it sounds like I finished mine, I have plenty left in here. And I would like another one, believe it or not.
Get on in there. So, sometimes it's like, is the serving really what I want? But like with the work you have to put in on a Reason,
Right.
the serving of 3 is like pretty good.
Yeah.
Tell you what, as you dive into that second one, we're going to do a little test here where we see if Pablo, come here. How do you feel about Reasons? Would you like a Reason? Come here.
He's intrigued.
Oh, wow. He actually went for
Wow.
it. You can't have this. This is chocolate. You're a dog. So we thought this segment would go really well because Pablo is the world's pickiest eater. He almost never even eats a piece of chicken if I give it to him. Has never actually tried to eat any sort of candy I've offered him. But apparently on camera he wanted to perform, and I couldn't very well have the general public out there see me feeding my dog chocolate. That would be insane.
That would be tough. I mean...
So instead, I've just teased Pablo.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that, Pablo. I love you. I'm sorry, buddy. Now, one of the things I wanted to try, because it has been a minute since I've had a Riesen. You're not going to get this experience, but I have a cold brew here. And I thought, it probably goes great with a Riesen.
And?
I am not disappointed.
Yeah.
I am not disappointed, folks.
That's a good combo. It's a great afternoon caffeine sugar kick right there.
Mm-hmm.
Get you going for the rest of the day.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
I think now that I'm more prepared, it's easier to deal with. The first one got stuck everywhere. The second one, clean.
Because you're like keeping it in a quarter of the mouth, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a big league chew.
Yeah.
So, give us a mouthfeel score. Tell us what it's like in there. I mean, we're cheating it because you can't help but discuss its interplay with the mouth. But
I would say, if you would ask me one bite in, the first one into my mouth, took the one bite, I would have given it like a 2 out of 10. I wasn't thrilled. But now I'm comfortable with it. I like it.
we like it.
I like it. I like that you gotta earn it. You gotta work through it, you earn it. It's a 7.5 for me.
7.5. But just taste and overall would probably rate higher.
Taste brings it up to a 8.3.
Yeah.
The taste is great.
8.3. Taste is great. Mouthfeel score for me is I'd sort of agree with you there. It's like it's a mid-level mouthfeel score. But for a caramel that like makes you work and sticks, it doesn't like. It also dissolves when it should dissolve. It's not like it's not trying to prove anything.
No.
It's not like you know some sort of industrial grade.
Right.
Riesens were the first ever branded, and the company is Stork. They were the first branded chocolate in Germany. They may have been the first branded candy in Germany.
What does that mean? What were candies like before that? They were just like chocolate?
I guess they were just local mom and pop sort of thing. You know, it was like what was a sub before Subway. It was just like that sub sandwich at at your local deli. So I guess that's kind of what they did. I'm getting a call. I'm getting a message from off camera that it is time for Pablo's bath. Pablo.
This time it's not a tease.
Pablo was so sad that I taunted chocolate in front of him and a Riesen. And now he's going to be doubly sad because he's not a fan of getting baths. But if you caught him at all on camera, he needs a bath. Excuse the sounds. It's a real unprofessional sort of ship we're running here. But it's our ship and we love it. So they were introduced back in 1934. And you made the apt comment earlier, wow, how did Germany have time?
Right.
To be introducing their first branded candy.
Yeah.
Back in 1934.
And it really caught on.
And it really caught on.
It made perhaps what was otherwise a really sour time just a little bit sweeter.
I like it, and you're not wrong. Although, I'll tell you what, this modern day invention did not come into being until 1980. Prior to that, it was a hard candy, and it wasn't chocolate covered. So it was a hard caramel. Yeah. So like the Riesen as we know it is 1980 and onward.
So it's a completely different candy than it debuted.
It is a completely different candy. Frankly, I don't know if they're still making the original Riesen. Perhaps at some point we can track that down and get that.
Yeah.
Another little fun fact is Riesen in German means giant. And I imagine it's pronounced more like Riesen.
Yeah. And then you can also imagine that the German marketing campaigns are the play on words are with some large things rather than Riesen.
Yeah, that's a good point. We should look up some,
Yeah.
Never thought about that. Check that out. Because they had a good thing going back marketing.
Yeah, I got to watch some of those.
Yeah, so we had almost filmed an episode with Reasons before. Wasn't going to be with you.
Right.
We were going to have you pop in and try it.
Yeah.
And then that ended up not happening. And then you wanted to try it, but then that ended up not happening.
Yeah.
And so now, with all of this buildup, a lot of times when there's a lot of buildup, there's more often than not a lot of disappointment.
Yeah. There's no disappointment.
No disappointment.
There's surprise again at the chewiness of it off the rip. But as far as taste goes, this is all I could ask for in a candy. This is love me some caramel, love me some chocolate. It's good chocolate. The caramel is great, but it kind of just plays back fiddle to the chocolate. I feel like you get more chocolate,
which is pretty crazy because there's definitely more caramel.
Way more
caramel, and there's just this thin layer of chocolate, but that chocolate,
strong.
It lasts and it stays in there and it somehow gets in the pocket of the teeth or whatever it is, and it's with you the whole time. And as Joey said, it might even be with you after the caramel's gone. It's a marvel of German engineering. We're so happy to have had it. It's a silver lining to all the other things that was going on in Germany around that time.
Yeah.
We love a good silver lining here on Candy Between Company. And we love a good candy. And we love good company. And we love a good phone call off camera as well. And with that, I think we'd just like to thank you for tuning in. We certainly do hope that you find a little bit of sweetness out there in your day. And we hope that you check back in to see what we got cooking up in future episodes. Thank you, Joey.
Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you, fans. Over and out.